Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
Thanks, fine.
Very good. What did you do today?
Just sitting in the home and learning English.
Oh, brilliant. You have nice pronunciation.
Really?
Yeah, it's really clear. Very nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Ah, okay. Wow, I think you're the first student I've had from Afghanistan. Yeah, I
Oh, for
think so.
real?
Okay.
So I
High
just
five to that. Fantastic.
read your profile. So
Okay.
you're CELTA certified?
Yes, I am. A
Uh,
lot of years teaching.
yes. So it's really glad to talk with you. So
You.
today I wanna have your advice about how to improve our speaking, especially English learners, because
Okay.
most of people struggling to speak very well, including me. So you're experienced teacher in English. So what's your advice for those who want to improve their speaking?
My advice in general would be to, even though speaking is so important, and obviously, I'll give you specific advice for that in a minute, but don't discount the other skills because all the other skills will also help with your speaking. Make sure that you're reading, make sure you're doing some listening, writing, even if it's just like keeping a diary of what you do day to day, just to get in the habit. All of this stuff will help improve your vocabulary and things like this. And get your mind working in English because most of the time people have a problem because they're translating their head and it doesn't come out so fluently. But if you force yourself to listen to English, to write in English, and read in English, you have the mechanism already going, and it will help a lot with the speaking. So, with regards to the speaking, my advice would be if you don't have a specific objective, then
Okay.
have maybe topic-based conversations. That way you can improve in specific areas. With my regular students and my casual students, I have a big list of topics with questions prepared and we speak about the topic. I give them advice and things like this. And to improve on for the next class, any new vocabulary that you learn, you need to make sure you put it into practice and repeat, so that it becomes a part of your long-term memory. Because if not, you'll forget it and you won't use it. So that's the most important thing. Also, with
Okay.
regards to pronunciation, listen and pay attention to how things sound because this is another important thing. I can tell you how to pronounce something specifically, but if you don't hear it in the same way as I hear it, it's redundant. So find something that works for you with pronunciation, even if it's watching video, listening and writing down phonetically how you understand it. That can really help for sure.
Okay, okay. Thanks a
Okay.
lot. Thanks.
No
So
problem.
uh, you just say that translating in our head. So how we can get rid of translating in our head? Because most of English learners,
Of course.
including me, when I speaking, first of all, I just said in my native language, and then I translated into English. So it caused a big problem. It will slow my speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the best way to get rid of this thing?
Okay, so not just because I'm an English teacher, but I also am a Spanish speaker. So in the beginning,
Wow.
I used to do the same, with thinking English, and then I would translate, and it doesn't help. The only way to eradicate this completely is just constant practice, and one day you will just stop doing it. One thing that can help the process is when you start thinking, force yourself to think in English. It has to be a very conscious thing that you do, and it's so difficult, but force yourself to do it. So next time you're thinking in a sentence, say, no, I don't want to think in Arabic, I'm thinking directly in English. So, and start with doing that and just practicing, and one day it will just click into place and you won't turn back. It's a natural process. It changes. It depends on the person. It can take days, weeks, years, months. It depends on the person. But if you forcibly try to think in English, it will come much quicker.
Okay. So
Definitely.
you mean that just practice makes perfect. So you should do that.
I don't want to sound like a cliche, but it's so true. Practicing is the only way. And whenever you can, being around English speakers or being in an English speaking environment, Cambly is really good for this. I mean, you get to speak to as many different people as you want to, or have a regular teacher, for sure. So yeah, just try to. Even for like something for pronunciation, you can practice even in the shower on your own, practicing saying words, sound like a crazy person, but do all of this, read, write, listen. One application I recommend, actually, well, two, are BBC 6 Minute English and TED Talks. These are both applications you can download onto your phone and do some listening with them. And they're both fantastic. So I would recommend them.
Okay. I will definitely download it and listening to it.
Very
Thanks
good.
a lot for your constructive information.
No problem at all. I prefer you to do the speaking, but I'll give you a lot of information.
No. Yes. Actually, it's just really informative for me, because I was not I actually don't know what should I do in order to improve really my speaking. Actually, I'm learning English for 2 years, so just I'm not an intermediate. I don't know. I mean, I'm intermediate or not. So as you said, Cambly is actually a great place, a great platform for speaking English.
Yeah, I think it's the best way, because if you go, for example, you speak now today, you don't speak for another 2 weeks in English, you need to create that momentum and keep it going and keep it as a good habit, If you don't have anybody around you that you can speak in English immediately to, then you need to have something where you can go, definitely.
Okay. So 2 minutes left. I wanna have your advice in vocabulary, because English is a language that I think it's the first language in the world that have plenty of vocabulary.
Well, I think Arabic has more words, eh?
Yes, English. I think, in my opinion, because I'm learning, I feel it that it's a language which have lots of vocabulary. So how I memorize vocabulary, but I can't really use them in a context. So what's your advice? What should I do?
This is the problem. The problem is not remembering the words, it's remembering how to use them and correctly. But it's redundant trying to memorize. Don't memorize vocabulary that you're not going to use like almost immediately or regularly, because you won't remember them. Psychologically speaking, you need to practice a word around 20 times for it to go into your long-term memory. So imagine you learn the word beautiful. You have to say the word beautiful in different contexts, maybe around 20 times before you assimilate it. So definitely that's something that I would say, learn vocabulary in a context and practice it in a context, and then move on. And then always go back to it for review type. Or you've done some speaking about, let's say we've been speaking about robots, then write something about robots. So you're using that vocabulary, but with a different skill, that will help you as well.